Korea, and today I just wanted to make a short video. I have not made a video in a long time, so yeah. Well, it's only been a month, but that's too long for me. I really would love to make videos like once a week, but I just get busy and kind of lazy, so I haven't been as consistent as I should be. But anyway, I wanted to make a short video about 5 things that I really love about Korea. I feel like I have more than 5 things that I want to talk about, but because I'm trying to make this video short, it's unplanned, it's probably gonna be sloppy, like it's gonna be 5 for now. And if you guys want to hear more of what I think about Korea, things I love and things I hate, just let me know in the comment section and I'll make another video. So let's get started. The first thing that I love about Korea is just how convenient it is. It makes me so happy that it's so convenient to get anywhere and everywhere in the country. So I live in Daejeon, and it's in the middle of Korea, and it is so simple to get anywhere and everywhere. Like, I can get anywhere in the country in about 3 hours, give or take. Like, if I'm going to the middle of nowhere, then of course I need to take a couple extra buses or something. But like, from Daejeon to Seoul on the high-speed train is like an hour. From Daejeon to Busan on the high-speed like train is like 2 hours. So like, I can get like pretty much anywhere in like 3 hours, and I just think that's awesome. And then like, if you don't speak Korean, like buying like tickets for like the train or the bus is just so simple because they put everything in English. Like, just, it's wonderful. And it's really not that expensive. For me to get to Seoul, it cost me like $23 on the train. And for me to get to Busan, it cost me like $30-ish. But if you want it to be cheaper, take the bus. I would say the bus is just as convenient. It's not as fast, but like, they're nice buses. Like, if you take like a city bus. So yeah, I just love how convenient it is. Like, in America, like, I didn't live in a big city, so I always had to have a car with me if I wanted to get anywhere. And so it just makes me happy that I don't have to worry about having a car or something like that. I understand that if you live like in a smaller city, then it might be a little bit harder to, you know, get around. But regardless, you'll still be able to get like a bus in your town to, you know, a train station or something like that. So it's just really convenient, and it makes me so happy that I can just walk out my door and, you know, hop on a train or bus and be anywhere in Korea, like, so fast. And like, I've done it before. Like, I'll be just sitting here at like 9 o'clock at night and be like, I want to go to Seoul now, and I can just hop on a train and do that, and I think that's awesome. But yeah, I said I live in Daejeon, which is the 5th largest city, so again, I'm sure people who live in smaller cities might be a little bit harder for them, but I think it's still really convenient. Another thing about convenience is not just traveling, it's just like how late everything is open. So the subway opens around like 5 and it closes at like midnight. So 5 a.m. to midnight, so that's already really late. I also love that there's so many things that are just 24 hours. So if I'm just sitting here at 4 a.m. and I'm like, I really need some M&Ms right now, I'd kill for some M&Ms. And I could just walk out my door, and within 2 minutes I'll find a 24-hour convenience store. They're like on every corner, and I could just get my M&Ms or whatever. Or depending on like what type of city you live in, like, because I live in a bigger city, like there's 24-hour like coffee shops everywhere. So I'm like, I just, you know, want some tea, some bubble tea or some coffee or anything, any time of the day, can go get it. And then also, like, you'll find 24-hour restaurants, and then there's always like 24-hour like delivery options for you. So if you're hungry at all hours of the day like me, you don't have to worry about that. Like, you can find food anywhere and everywhere, and it'll just show up to your door quick as possible. And like, using the apps for delivering food is just so simple too, so like, you never have to worry. So I'm not saying like in America that doesn't exist, but for me it's just so simple here to get food at whatever time I want to get food. So another thing that I love about Korea is just the respect that people have for other people's like belongings. So when I say that, I mean, like, if I go to like a cafe, I can just leave my laptop on the table or my camera or just any of my things and go to the bathroom. You know, I could be in there all day and I can come back and know that nobody has taken my stuff. And I just think like that level of trust is amazing. Like, in America, I would never ever do that, like, ever. But in Korea, like, I don't have to worry about it. Like, it's just so nice to not have to constantly be like, someone's taking my stuff, someone's gonna take my stuff, or like, I have to carry all my stuff with me. And so I feel like, obviously be cautious of things. Like, I'm sure people still have things stolen from them here. Like, I've had friends who've had things stolen from them. But I will say, like, if you're in a public place you know, and people could like kind of see your things, or if somebody were to come up and take your things, other people would see them, and so that person who's taking your things would then be like, oh, I'm being judged by these people for stealing. Then I would say there's a good chance that they're probably not going to take your stuff. So the experiences that I've seen a few friends have is like at like 2 in the morning at like the Han River, which is like a big river running through Seoul. They left their wallet like just sitting in a park and went to the bathroom and came back like 30 minutes later because there was a long line. And usually at this time, everyone's pretty drunk. And so when she came back, her wallet was gone. So like things like that, like I'm sure nobody was watching and couldn't see her things or see somebody else taking her things. So in situations like that, yes, I would never do that. But in like everyday normal situations, like going to a restaurant or something and leaving my stuff on the table, I will do that because I'm like, there's just a level of trust between like the people who work at the cafe who will watch your stuff for you, or just like the people surrounding like your things. Like nobody is going to take it. To go along with, you know, the respect that people have for other people's things, I kind of just also love about Korea how much safer it feels. So if I hear like a loud sound in Korea, I don't have to worry about, oh, that's a gunshot. Or if I go to the movie theaters, I don't have to worry about getting shot. Or if I'm just going to Walmart, I don't have to worry about getting shot. But in America, that's a legitimate fear that I have. Like, and it's sad that I have that fear, but I don't have to worry about that in Korea. Or also, I take my trash and my recycling out at like 2 in the morning because at my apartment there's like an ajashi, or like an older like security guard who works down there. And whenever I'm taking my trash out or recycling, he's always like watching me, and it's just so unbelievably annoying because he's like, oh, is she putting this in the right spot? Is that actually glass? Does she know what she's doing? Does she know what plastic is? And I'm like, yes, sir, I've been doing this for 9 months. I know what it is. And it makes me so anxious that he's watching me. So because of that, I always take my like recycling and trash out after he leaves, because he leaves at midnight. So usually I'm walking, you know, downstairs at 2 in the morning with my giant recycling bags to recycle my things. And I'm not like worried or concerned. I'm not like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, I'm gonna die today. Versus in America, I don't know. I would never do that. Granted, I live in like a smaller town in America. Shout out to Northwest Indiana. But back when I lived in Bloomington, I went to college at IU, like after it was like 10 p.m. at night, like I'd be driving to my apartment, and the second I like put my car in park, I was out of that car running to the door of my apartment. I'm like, I gotta get in now, because I'm just like so worried about something happening. Versus in Korea, I'm not saying that I'm not cautious of things. I'm not saying that I also haven't been in bad situations before. But in comparison to America, for me, it's nothing like that. Like, I'm not saying that I don't worry, because I do. I'm just an anxious person. I worry about almost anything and everything. But I'm saying, like, I worry about it and I'm cautious, but I also am kind of like, there's a good chance nothing's gonna happen. Versus in America, I'm like, I'm worried about it. Like, I'm anxious. I'm like shaking. I'm like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, it's nighttime. Like, I need to be inside now. Versus like in Korea, I'm not like that. And I would say, like, if I had to pick between, you know, taking my recycling out in America at 2 a.m. or taking it out in Korea at 2 a.m., I think we can all pick the obvious choice here. So again, I'm not saying don't be cautious. I'm not saying just be a la 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 la, you know, nothing could happen to me in Korea. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that for me personally, I am not shaking with fear, you know, if I'm walking down the street at 2 in the morning. So the last thing that I want to talk about is just the healthcare system in Korea. Like, I love it. So Koreans, you know, have their universal healthcare, which is just the most beautiful thing on planet Earth. And I cannot wrap my head around why I have to cut off an arm and a leg, you know, to fix a problem in America. I think it's ridiculous. Like, I was telling, sorry, I'm all congested in my nose. But anyway, I was telling like my Korean teacher, or my Korean co-teacher about, like, you know, things in America and how much I have to pay to get things done in America. And I think we were talking about like getting your wisdom teeth taken out. And truthfully, I've never had mine taken out, or I haven't had mine taken out yet. But, you know, from what I've heard, it's not cheap in America. Like, my parents have insurance and I'm under the age of 26 still, so I still can use their insurance. But when my sister got her wisdom teeth out, like I feel like it was upwards of like $1,000 per tooth, even though I think my dad has good insurance. And I just think that's ridiculous, because I had a friend in Korea who got her wisdom tooth out for like less than $100 per tooth. And I'm just like, how is it so much better here? Like, why is it so expensive in America? And like just things like that. Or like whenever I'm talking to my co-teacher and I'm like, oh, I'm just like a little bit sick, she's like, go to the doctor, go to the doctor, go to the doctor. Like in America, I am not used to going to the doctor for every little problem that you have. Like unless you're like severely sick or dying, like you're trying to avoid the doctor because you don't want to pay for it. But in Korea, it's like, go to the doctor. Like it's not expensive, and why would you not go if it's so cheap? Like in America, when I go to the doctor, even with insurance, you know, just to have a checkup, or if I have strep throat or something like that, it costs like $40 for like the visit, maybe more, and then it costs like another $20 or more for the medicine. Like in Korea, whenever I have a cold and I go to the doctor, it costs me anywhere from $3 to $10 for the appointment visit, and then it costs me like another $3 to $10 for the medicine. And every time I see that bill, every single time, I'm just like, this can't even be possible. This cannot be possible. Like there will literally almost be tears in my eyes, because I'm like, I don't understand how I can pay less than $20 to go to the doctor in Korea, and I have to pay so much more in America. And also in Korea, they give you so much extra medicine. They're not only treating the bacteria, they like give you things that probably aren't even necessary, but they just give it to you. Like they'll give you so many things to treat the symptoms, like nausea medicine that could be caused by like the antibiotics or whatever. They'll give you like throat medicine, gargling medicine, just like everything and anything, like to help you sleep at night medicine. I'm like, oh my goodness, wow. Like the amount of things that they give you for so cheap is beyond ridiculous. And as a teacher here, I do have insurance. Like my school pays for 50% of it and I pay the other 50%. But even with that being said, like I have insurance here and I have insurance in America, and it's still so cheap here versus even with insurance in America, it's still expensive. So I personally, I love how cheap it is here. And I was watching a video about like how expensive like things are in America, and then like British people trying to guess like how much things were for like different American like healthcare prices, and just watching the like shock on their face when they heard how expensive things were, just it made me upset. So, you know, I'm happy in Korea. I'm happy that I don't have to pay a lot of money. Like in terms of like big things that I need to get done here, like I'm gonna get my wisdom teeth taken out here because it's extremely cheap. If I have any cavities, I'm gonna get them filled here because it's cheap. And just like any big thing, I'm gonna get done here before I go back to America because it's so cheap here. So I'm not sure exactly how long that video was. It was probably, you know, longer than the intended, you know, short video that I had in my mind. But I do hope you guys liked that video. Again, I want to say that Korea is not perfect. I also have a list of things that I don't like about Korea. But I also have a list of things that I like about Korea too, like in addition to this video. So if you guys would like to see any of those videos, just let me know. Or if you have any ideas for videos that you guys would like to see, just let me know. But yeah, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Bye!